Not all perceived romantic interactions or flirtatious interactions that you experience are actually romantic connections. Hear me out. There is a fine line between the energy of attraction and the energy that is pulling you close to someone's energy to understand how they are a mirror to you and how they are here to teach you something about yourself. And some may argue in all instances this is the same, but there is a difference between these types of situations that can be more trauma bonds and a divine soulmate connection. So a few years ago I met this guy, and this was a very confusing experience for me because we just had this instant connection. And there were times where it seemed romantic, there were times it seemed like there was an attraction, but there was also times it was very, very confusing. There were times where he was really communicative with me, really loving towards me, and there were times where he would disappear on end as well. So the whole dynamics, this whole thing was so confusing. And what this actually was this confusion and this attraction and perceived romantic connection had come in at a point in my journey to mirror parts of myself, parts of my soul that needed to express in my life. And one of those was my sexuality. I had not owned up to this point that I was bisexual. On one level I was kind of all like, yeah, of course, but you know, at that point in time I'd been with a man for 14 years of my life. Another part of this was me owning the fact that in a relationship I needed there to be an emotional connection over all else. This was something that I needed and I needed to own. And when I owned these parts of me, as well as many other parts of me, as well as part of this healing process that I went through, the opportunity came in where I actually ended this connection because I had to choose myself, because it was just so, you know, there was his triggers, there was his healing that needed to be done as well. But as soon as I owned those parts of myself that this connection was showing me, this connection ended, and this is when my whole entire life changed, and I met my soulmate. So these connections are not just romantic, they are a mirror.